Today is Earth Day, and we're here in Central Park for the big cleanup and celebration. We asked some of the people who turned out today what they think we ought to do to help the environment.
Well, I think we'd better do something to protect the tropical rainforest before they're all gone. You know, rainforests only make up like 2% of the Earth's surface, but over half the world's wild plant, animal, and insect species live there. 1 out of every 4 pharmaceuticals comes from a plant in a tropical rainforest. We ought to support organizations involved in rainforest conservation, like the Rainforest Action Network in San Francisco.
The most important thing to me is to save and care for all the wildlife in the world. Did you know that by the year 2000, 20% of all Earth species could be lost forever? And we'd better not save only the mammals. We ought to be concerned about the insects, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and plants. I think the governments of the world had better get together and do something.
I'm really worried about the quality of the air we breathe. Cars cause a lot of the air pollution, and everybody ought to do whatever possible to stop it, you know. For example, people ought to drive together or use public transportation. That would keep millions of pounds of pollution out of the atmosphere. People ought to buy cars that get good gas mileage and keep them tuned up and running well. The more gas a car uses, the more pollution it emits. We'd all better support the development and use of cars that use alternative energy sources, like electric cars, solar-powered cars, and cars that run on methane gas.
We better not take the water we have for granted in this country. Every day we consume 450 billion gallons of water. We get this water from our rivers, lakes, and streams, or from groundwater. And we have been careless about how we've treated our water sources. We ought to take better care of the groundwater and keep it safe from pollutants, especially chemicals that people pour down their drains without thinking, or gasoline leaks from underground storage tanks. We'd also better start conserving water.